Hey, Dr. Amber Belt here today to talk to you today about 3 styptic strategies. So as I discussed earlier last week on Instagram, a styptic is a substance that's going to stop bleeding, which can be very, very important in a first aid scenario. It can also be very important if you're clipping your dog's nails and need that bleeding to stop. And I think a lot of people are most familiar with a styptic for that reason, rather than thinking about it for a wound that you or a family member might have. Me through Instagram and you saw my video or my reel, I talked about cayenne pepper as a styptic, and cayenne pepper will help your blood coagulate in a wound. And it's been my experience that you can dump a load of cayenne pepper into a wound and it doesn't really cause pain like you think pepper would. So that's definitely a bonus. The second styptic I want to talk about is it's bleed stop powder. Bleed stop powder is amylopectin, and this is available over the counter at the drugstore. And amylopectin is pretty darn natural. It's pectin, so it's fiber source. And what it does is it also coagulates wounds. Now this, because it's a bigger package, it's a pretty strong product, you can use it for minor wounds or you can use it for larger wounds as well, which is great. Now, I do like bleed stop because it comes in this box and there's actually 4 of these packets in here, which is really handy. And in a first aid situation, if you're kind of preparing and getting ahead of the game, this is going to be easier to carry than this. Like, you can stick this in a pocket, you can stick this in a first aid kit, you can stick this you know, in your Camelback or whatever. So yeah, I'm a fan of bleed stop. And last but not least, I have an all-natural styptic formula here, and I make these for my company Sage Sirona. And this is our stop bleeding powder. And our stop bleeding powder has yarrow and cayenne as its herbal components, and it also has bentonite clay and diatomaceous earth in the mix too. So we blend that together and put it in this handy dandy little packet. And it's in our home and office kits for Sage Sirona so that you have an all natural styptic that you can use on wounds that won't stop bleeding. If you want to check out the rest of the home and office kit, you can go to sagesirona.com. We've got some pretty cool stuff in our kits. So, yeah, and the stop bleeding powder we've found to be a very useful addition to the kit. Those are some handy tools to help you or your family members stop bleeding when it needs to happen. You know, and this could be one of those things that either keeps you out of the emergency room or urgent care if you can get something to stop bleeding, or it can buy you time to get to the emergency room or the urgent care if you're out, you know, if you're out of ways and don't have access to that higher level of care when you need it, but you don't want to be bleeding all over the place. So I hope this helps you. I'm totally open to feedback. If there's something else you want to hear about, let me know, and have a great day.